Where are we going?
Harry Styles!
They say Mike's about to blow though. Tell me something that I don't know. With the crowd bouncing like bogles, you can come on the tour, but
We're in the line.
But they're out like Somo. Cause we be going off on the off nights. Cause I've been on every single song I put my pin on now. They don't know, or maybe they starting to. Cause I work so hard that it's hard to lose. Top spot.
Hey, I haven't seen you in 2.5 years. Hey, how you been?
It's cinematic when you roll with us, and we won't live forever. But I will remember when I met you in the summer, and I came to your town. We fell in love, then we birthed.
We are almost eating.
Oh my god. Okay.
How much did we pay for these tickets?
190.
190 each. And what happens when we get to the pit?
And it's fraudulent tickets.
Photoshop.
Okay, I should probably pause the video right here to explain what actually happened at that moment. So, like a bunch of other people, we tried to Photoshop our own tickets to try and sneak into the general admission pit. When I say a bunch of other people, I mean a bunch of other people that went to any of his concerts this tour. So Harry usually has this really small general admission pit right in front of his stage, and the rest of the concert is like a regular stadium arena. It has seats and sections, and the tickets sell out super quickly. The tickets we actually paid for when they went on sale was section 113, row 15. If you know a little bit about concerts and stadiums, you know what that looks like. It's 100 level, it's not close to the stage, it's pretty much directly opposite from the stage, and we did not want those seats. We tried to get into the general admission pit right by the stage. Well, so a little bit about the venue. The SAP Center is indoors, and once you get inside, you find the doors that lead to your section, and to get to the floor and the pit, it's through the same doors. And there's a bunch of blue goons standing outside checking your tickets to make sure you're getting into the right section. I'm gonna call the guards blue goons because they were dressed in like bright blue Ticketmaster security attire, like the Ticketmaster blue, and they were fucking goons. So they check our tickets, which have pit written on them, and they tell us to go to the right to go to the pit. So we stand in line to the pit. They're letting people in like one by one. Slowly they put wristbands on everybody, and we realized that they're actually scanning your tickets a second time right before you enter the pit to make sure that your barcode corresponds with the section and seat and row, and that it is really a pit ticket. Well, our tickets are not pit tickets. They scan our tickets, our hearts are like beating, the machine fucking beeps, and the guard reads the thing on the screen and goes, "You guys are section 113, row 15. The first thing I do is come up with a random SAP story to tell the guards. I'm like, "Oh, someone sold us fake tickets on Twitter. Oh my god, we paid so much money for this." And my friend goes along, she's like, "What do we do now?" And the guard goes, "Well, you guys are just gonna have to go to the seats that are on the ticket." So they mark our tickets as fraud and deny us entry into the pit, but at least we didn't get kicked out of the concert as a whole. So we go off to the side thinking like, what are we gonna do now? And we meet a bunch of other girls there who also got denied entry into the pit. Two girls came up to us and they were like, "Hey, did you guys try to sneak in? Like, did you Photoshop our tickets? We were gonna go do that. Should we do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, don't fucking do it. They're fucking scanning you." And we also met a bunch of other girls who genuinely got scammed off of StubHub. They were sold Photoshop tickets on StubHub, claiming that it was pit seats, and these girls paid around like $400 for them. And I was like, okay, well, it's bad. Everybody be doing this. So we stand around there for a bit talking to the girls who are like freaking out. Obviously they lost a lot of money. Me and another girl, we go down to one of the blue goons and we try to talk to them. We're like, "Hey, why aren't you letting us in? Like, we paid a lot of money. I'm sure you could fit like a few more people in the pit if you wanted to, obviously." Maybe I was being a little aggressive because another blue goon came over and they wouldn't budge. And honestly, I don't blame them. I guess it's their protocol. You can't let more than 250 people in. It's not their fault, but they were being inconsiderate as hell. Like, we kept up our SAP story with these goons also. The second goon asked me where I got my tickets from, and I go, "Twitter," and he goes, "Yeah, you're not getting your money back," and fucking walks away. Thanks, bitch. Somewhat luckily, the girls who got scammed off of StubHub were able to call StubHub and get floor seats, even though that's not what they wanted. They paid for pit seats, but they were able to get the remainder of the floor seats that were not sold. Me and my friend, on the other hand, we were not gonna go back to section 113. We didn't wait in line for 4 hours to fucking be in 113.
Technically, that was our fault.
If we're not gonna get pit, at least we're gonna try to get floor seats. So what we do is we go back outside of the arena, not outside the SAP Center, just outside of the concert. So we go back to the doors that let in floor and pit seats, and the goons there check our tickets again, which still have our photoshopped pit seats written on them, and they're not sus. They tell us to go back down, turn to the right because that's where pit is. Psych, we don't turn right, we go straight down to the floor. Nobody there checks our tickets again, so we enter floor and we go all the way down to row 4 of floor. We see some empty seats there right near the barricade where Harry walks from the main stage to the B stage and back, and one girl was sitting right next to the barricade, so we ask her, hey, do you know if anybody's taking these seats near you? And she says, not that I know of. So we sit down and we stay in those seats in row 4 throughout the opening act, and this was our view. Anxious the whole time we were sitting there, just waiting for the rightful owners of the seats to come and kill us. A lot of people on the floor were seat hopping, and everyone kind of knew about it. I heard some people go, yeah, you could sit in my seats until somebody whose seat I'm sitting in comes there. Like people were offering each other seats. It was super nice. Treat people with kindness was really being held. Everyone treated each other like sisters, except for the bitches whose seats we took. It was a group of 7 girls, and each row has 5 seats near the barricade, so they had the entire row behind us, and 2 seats from the row that we were sitting in, which was my seat and the girl that was sitting to my right, not my friend. My friend was sitting to my left. The girl that was sitting to my right seat was actually my friend's seat. So everyone was just sitting in the wrong seat in that row, and the group of 7 girls, they brought the blue goons over, and they were like clearly pissed. One of the girls tried to tell the blue goon that they had the entire row, even though they only had 2 seats, just to let us know that they were mad.
I mean, with reason, we were in their seats, no hate to these girls. I just wish they came talk to us first instead of just bringing the guards over, because if they told us that we were in the seats that they paid for, we wouldn't argue, we would just get up and go.
So the goon asked all of us for our tickets, and the girl to my right realized that her seat was 2 seats down where my friend was sitting. And then the goon asked me and my friend for our tickets, and we just fucking stood up. We were like, yeah, sorry, we know where our seats are. It's just a few rows down, and we got up and we walked away. We had to think of an action plan really quick because we didn't want to get out of the floor, but we also had to find a seat really quickly somewhere because the goon was still standing around, and like everybody in the floor had to have a seat. They would not allow people to just stand in the front or be walking around. If you didn't have a seat or you looked like you did not have a seat, they were gonna come and question you no matter what. So we started walking slowly to the back of the floor because we got up from row 4 and we started walking back, and we run into one of the girls that we were talking to when we got kicked out of the pit. Like one of the girls who got scammed off of StubHub and was denied entry into the pit that we were talking to for a while there. Just kind of stood with her, talking to her, found out that StubHub had granted her floor seats, and the blue goon that was there to help the people whose seats we took in row 4 started walking by also, and he asked us like, hey, where are your seats? And we said, we're just talking to our friend over here, we're with them, like we know where our seats are. So he goes away, thankfully, and now me and my friend really need to find some seats that we could take out here. And the stadium is getting more full at this point. The opening act is over, the lights could go down any minute for Harry, and there were barely any seats available here and there. We walked down the rows of the seats by the barricade, and we tried to ask people, hey, is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? Like we asked a bunch of people, and we found 1 seat in row 18 and 1 seat in row 20, and they were both by the barricade. So me and my friend just took those 2 seats. We were not next to each other, but it was seats. Friend was in row 18, I was in row 20. We were still scared. Like we were scared that the owners of those seats were gonna show up, even though the show's about to start. Everyone that's supposed to be there should have already been there. Like we were still worried. But the people around us, like in row 18, 19, 20, 21, like all of those rows, they were lit as hell. They were so cool. We were like making memes talking about how Harry's a king, how we're gonna try to touch his hand as he walks by because we were by the barricade. And the guy that was sitting next to my friend in row 18, shout out to you, sir, he leaned back and told me that after the show starts, after Only Angel, Harry's first song on the set list, that he was gonna move back to row 19 to be near his friends. There was 1 seat in row 19 that was supposed to be taken, but the fucking girl wasn't there. If you ain't here now, you probably ain't gonna come later. So he said he was gonna take that seat and that I could go down to row 18 to be near my friend. And honestly, God bless you, sir. Really, like people like this, you guys You guys are the people I want to be around in concerts, okay? So we did that, and Harry came out, the show started. I was actually able to see the stage from row 18. I think my friend had this rainbow hat with us that originally we were gonna throw on stage had we gotten into pit. But now that we were at the catwalk barricade, we were gonna try to throw it to him as he walks by. That failed. The hat got lost, but I got a nice video of him walking to B stage and being like 2 feet away from me. And then before he walked from the B stage back to the main stage, one of the guys that was in a row, one of the girls' boyfriends I think, offered to move back to let me and my friend be closer to the barricade when he walks by. People are so kind! So yeah, we stayed in those seats for the rest of the show. It was a great time. I took some great videos from my janky ass iPhone 6s that I had. Everyone around me was using their iPhone 7s and Xs with their Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see me make more videos and vlogs and stuff like that, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know in some way that you want to see me make more videos. Otherwise, I'm going to be a lazy bitch for the rest of my life.
And we could be together, baby.